Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. It's Rod with the Pow Group. Welcome back on the Pursuit of Wealth, your home for MJ stocks, crypto assets, news, and interviews. It is Monday. Happy Monday. Hope everyone's doing well. We've since recovered from the brutal market sell-off over the weekend here and the tariff threat. But as of right now, we're already seeing that kind of be walked back. So, yeah, just that final dip in the market to scare everybody so that whales can load up cheaper before the grand finale, in my opinion. But today is February 3rd. Hope you're well. Ricardo says, thank goodness. Yeah. Is everybody doing okay? Did anybody get shaken out? We'll give it another half a minute here for people to jump on. Bit of a last minute live stream here. Let us know where you're tuning in from as well. See, we have quite a few people joining in. We got a couple dozen people rolling in. Welcome, welcome. We're going to get started here in about 15 seconds. We're going to be discussing XRP. We'll take a look at the price chart, what to expect in terms of price action and the technicals in the days, weeks, months ahead, and we'll discuss whether or not the crash is over. And if you've been following the channel in the last few videos, I've been super sick, dealing with a nasty flu or whatever, some sort of virus, and feeling a lot better today. I was pretty rough again this morning, but seems to flare up at night in the morning as it normally does with any sickness. So hopefully be back to my 100% self here in the next couple of days. But yeah, what a brutal crash. We went all the way from $3.40 down to about $1.77, I think it was. We'll bring up that chart in just a moment, but I know a lot of people were asking me, like, is now a good time to buy XRP? And it was at $3, and I had to bite my tongue a little bit because we were just at 40 cents, 50 cents, and if you're buying it at $3, most people can't stomach a 50% correction. So I'm always hesitant recommending somebody to buy something when it's at $3 and it was just at 40 cents because not many people can stomach these pullbacks, right? And then sure enough, we pulled back, I think it was like 48% from $3.40. So I know a lot of people in the Pow Group private community were extremely happy that they were able to load up on the cheap. So let me know if you were able to scoop some up sub $2, and let me know if everybody's hanging in okay. If anybody needs to vent, come on. Hopefully we weren't shaken out by this, as it's very common, right? We ran almost 800% on XRP in the last 7 months. So when something runs 700, 800% in a very short period of time, you need to expect a 30, 40, 50, maybe even 60% pullback. And in 2017, actually, XRP pulled back 68% before going another 2,500% and seeing the blow off top. So we'll take a look at that on the chart. I was also on with Sensei Crypto and Martin Lucas Investor on their channel. And Sensei Crypto and I talked about how, it's normal to see a 40, 50, sometimes even 60% pullback in a bull market. And we've already seen that. It was that live stream where Sensei wasn't able to share my screen, if you recall that. But before we get to it, make sure to smash the like, all that good stuff. If you're new, you can subscribe, tick the bell. You'll be notified on any future content. You can also follow us over on X, formerly Twitter. Handle for that is @GroupPow. I just want to remind everybody as well that cryptocurrencies are David Sachs and lawmakers are going to discuss U.S. crypto leadership plan. That's going to be tomorrow. A press conference on Tuesday, February 4th at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time to discuss U.S. digital asset strategy. And if you recall, Charles Hoskinson, I think it was just a couple of days ago, excuse me, sorry, everybody, it's still dealing with this brutal cold and flu or whatever I got, so try to bear with me here. And yeah, Charles Hoskinson said that February, he said, I can't really say anything yet or share any details, but February is going to be an insane month. And typically February is a very positive month for the crypto space. So Tony Edwards, shout out to Thinking Crypto here. He said, breaking, same thing. We may hear about Bitcoin reserve, digital asset stockpile, and possible no taxes on crypto transactions. And then I want to remind everybody as well, before we jump into the XRP chart here and look at the bloodbath and the recovery that ensued, CME is set to launch XRP and SOL futures contracts on February 10th. So that is 1 week from today. And what is the significance of that? Well, typically before any spot ETFs get approved, you need to have a futures market and a futures, the ability to trade futures. That was one of the main concerns with Bitcoin, right? So the fact that we have these futures set to launch on the 10th, the potential of an ETF coming shortly after that. I wouldn't be surprised if, the following, even that week, even next week or the week after that, where we potentially see XRP ETFs, spot ETFs approved. Sol's also in the running. But I think LTC Litecoin is probably going to be the first one to get approved as an ETF. Why not, right? It's basically just the same as Bitcoin. And we already have Bitcoin ETFs, so why not, right? Making a lot of sense that we get Litecoin first, and then XRP, I think, would be the runner-up. Maybe a toss-up between XRP and Sol, but if we get an XRP ETF, there's multiple filings as well. The inflows that it's going to create is going to be insane. And then I think we're going to see some sort of case resolution. It might not happen until Paul Atkins comes in, which right now it's tentative that his confirmation is probably going to be at some point in April. So that would more than likely, that's kind of changed my timelines a bit, because I was thinking, end of February, early March for the blow off top. But if Paul Atkins doesn't come in until April, that might push this out another month or so, because that's probably going to be when the case gets resolved, either settled or dismissed. And then, we're going to see the blow off top, and that will be insane, right? That will be the catalyst that sees us probably go past $10 and beyond. And I think XRP's no tax cryptos strategic reserve, XRP added to a strategic reserve, that can get us the momentum that we need here in the short term. But I think the blow off top catalyst is going to be that case ending. And I just can't see that happening with an interim chair in Mark Ueda, right? We need to have Paul Atkins come in. Anything's possible, but I would say that that's the most likely scenario. So it's looking like we might see April as the blow off top moment. So taking a look at the crypto space here. So like I said, an absolute bloodbath. Bitcoin was down to 91,000. If you told me 4 years ago that Bitcoin was going to go from 109,000 down to 91,000 and people were going to freak out, I would think you were crazy. But it just goes to show you how quick people change and how emotions get flared up, right? Like, we're still at 91,000 and people are freaking out. So same thing with XRP, right? We were at $3.40 and then we dropped down to $1. Yeah, the low there was $1.77. So again, we were just at 40 cents on XRP not that long ago in November. So you have to kind of check in with yourself a little bit. But yeah, names got absolutely destroyed. If we take a look at the XRP chart here, actually, we'll just take a look at the sector. So Casper, Songbird, HBAR leading the bull list. I added HBAR and Filecoin during that bloodbath. I just can't be brought to add XRP or a lot of these other coins that I own a boatload of, because like, what am I really going to do? Like, my average is 42 cents. So it's still 500% higher than my average. So unless I won the lottery and came into like $1 million and I don't know what to do with it, then okay. But what if you're going to throw like a couple extra $1,000 into it or something like that? I think there's better opportunities out there. I always find it a little silly when, you go onto these channels that are like XRP centric channels and XRP channels, and they said, oh, XRP was down 10%, 20% today. I bought the dip. It's like, dude, you've been covering XRP for 5 or 10 years, and most of the time you were covering it, the price was at 30 and 40 cents. Why are you buying a 10% dip at $3, right? Like, it doesn't make any sense. I think it's just their perma bulls, and it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Like, I really see no point on adding XRP at $3 or even $2.50 or even $1.50 when my average is 42 cents. Like, I could go buy a Filecoin at $3, and if this thing goes back to all-time highs, this thing was at like 400, no, it was 300, 237 was the high, right? And we just hit we hit 283. What was the low there? 286. So if we go back to all-time highs on Filecoin, that's an 80x. So $1,000 investment into $80,000. If I buy XRP now at $3 and it goes to 10, right? That's only a couple $1,000 profit. So it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. I'd much rather buy and load up when we're lower. And, I just find it a little silly when XRP is at $3 and then it goes to 280, and these people who have been covering it for years are saying, oh, I bought the dip at 280. It's like, well, you've been covering it for 5 years, 10 years. And majority of that time, the price was at like 20, 30, 40 cents. So why are you adding now? It's just kind of silly. I think it's, why not just diversify into other assets, right? That have a lot more risk to reward ratio. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on that. Filecoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin still leading the decline though. But yeah, let's bring up the XRP chart here. Everybody's favorite token. And well, it's the best digital asset ever created. So no wonder it's everybody's favorite token. Bitcoin is first, right? It's the dial-up internet, but just because dial-up was first didn't mean that that's the end-all be-all. I know of 0 people using dial-up internet today. So if we take a look at XRP here, from the high there at 340 to the low of this dip, we just started monthly consolidation, meaning we lost the low of the previous monthly candle. We pulled back 48%. Okay, and Sensei Crypto, I know he got a lot of like flack for that, and so did Martin Lucas Investor when I was on their channel, and people were saying, hey, like go on there and grill him, tell him no way XRP is going to pull back 50%, and I'm like, no, I can't say that because it probably will, right? You can't I understand like they were maybe the way that they were doing it was a little clickbait. People didn't like that, but at the end of the day, like you're a YouTuber, like you need to get people to click on your content, and that's not disingenuous, right? We can easily find times where we pulled back. Look here in 2017 when XRP was in a bull market. Look right here. We went from all the way down at a third of a penny to a high of 39 cents. And then we pulled back 68%, 67, 68%. And then after that, we went up another 2,500%. So, we pulled back 68% and then still saw another wave up in that final blow off top moment, right? So same thing here, but you have to remember the law of diminishing returns, which means, as the asset or any kind of asset is more mature, the pullbacks are less, but the returns are less, right? So it's called the law of diminishing returns. But with that law of diminishing return, you get less pullbacks. So in this instance here, when we pulled back 68%, well, the next bull market and the next cycle and next discovery into new all-time highs, that pullback might be 50 or maybe 55%. It's probably not going to be the same as 68%, right? Because the market cap's lower. So it's easier to manipulate it. Remember whenever Amazon pulled back 95% in the dot-com days when the internet was just getting started, right? And they signed, they created real rules of the road for the internet industry in 1996, and then we had the blow off top in 2000, and then the bear market of 2001. Amazon dropped 95%. There's no way in hell that Amazon would ever drop 95% after that, right? There was some other, times where it dropped 58%. This time here, it dropped 65%. But, you're never going to see Amazon ever pull back 95% ever again. Same thing with XRP, right? The more you pull back, and then the more that the market cap increases, and the more that the asset gains maturity, the pullbacks are going to be less and less, and the returns are going to be less and less, right? So it's just the nature of the beast, really. So just let that be a lesson to you, right? When you look at from the low here of July, we hit on XRP, we hit 38 cents. So if we go from the low there to the high of last month, we were up almost 800%, about 795%. When something runs 700, 800% in how many exactly months was that? That was 6 months. When something's up 800% in 6 months, you need to expect a 10 to 20% pullback, right? That's easily, it's just, it happens, right? Nothing goes in a straight line forever. Sorry, I got somebody calling me here. I think it's my an Airbnb guest or something, but I'm going to ignore it for now. I don't recognize the number, but if they call back, I'll answer it here. But yeah, you need to expect that. So let me know, like in the live chat, were people surprised by this? And if you were, let this be a lesson, right? You need to keep this in the back of your mind for the next time, because it will happen again. Ricardo says, thank goodness. Ecoop, no way. Waited too long. Absolutely. We got Poor Man in the house. Good afternoon. Subscribe to you through Martin and Sensei. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thanks for your subscription. Thanks for the support. Survive the crash, Tashi said. Oh, that's great. Glad to hear that. Yeah, I think my Airbnb guest just checked in, and then I think it was his guest. He had somebody else staying with him, so I think they were just checking in as well. Let me just see here. Just give me 2 seconds, folks. Sorry about this. Yeah, I think he's going down to let her in, so perfect. No problem. All good. All right. Oh, Sensei Crypto is in the house. What's up, Sensei? Survived the crash. That's great to hear. Ricardo says I bought another 900 shares under 210. Yeah, 900 Coins, you mean? Yeah, absolutely. Nice. Love it. I know a lot of people were very happy to see this pullback. A lot of people weren't. A majority of people weren't happy, but yeah, it's a gift for those that were just looking to stack their bags, right? Nice, Ricardo. Buy and hold. Stocks are still down. Are still so down. Yeah. MJ stocks, you mean, Tashi? Must be MJ stocks you're referring to. President Trump signs an executive order calling for creation of sovereign wealth fund. Yeah, I saw that as well. I thought I shared it, but maybe I didn't. I did see that. Hello, finally, the 50% crash occurred. Yeah, exactly, Sensei. Yeah, we talked about that during your live stream, right? When you had me on, and we remember that live stream where we weren't able to share my screen. And what I wanted to share was this time here in 2017 when XRP pulled back 68% and then still went on to see another 25x, so 2,500% move after that. So again, law of diminishing returns is also usually indicative of less of a pullback next time in the next phase in the next cycle. And as of right now, we pulled back from the high to the low there. It's about 48%. So yeah, we'll round that up to 50%. And I know you guys got a lot of hate for that. And now people are humbled. Now people know. And it's not about having a crystal ball. It's 50% corrections will happen. And there will come a time where XRP will pull back a lot more than that once this game of musical chairs is over. But as of right now, we are a 30-minute bull flag as well. So we came very close to it. So we had our low, high. Hang on a second here. Oh, I'm on the 1 hour. That's why. So we have our low, high, the bounce, brief high or low. And we confirmed it here on this candle here. And then you take your measured move there from the low to the high, move it out to your 0.382 fib, and it's saying 301 is the next target. And we just hit 278 and then started 30-minute consolidation. Could see a bit of a head and shoulders here and bearish reversal pattern here if we do roll over. But we should test the 30-minute EMA 12 there very soon. But as of right now, we're still in a 30-minute uptrend and looking for this continuation, this bullish continuation pattern to bring us up to around 301. But what a recovery, right? Down at 177. If we were to go to that target of 301, that'd be a 70% recovery. But if we just look at the absolutes as of right now, if we go from 177 to the local absolute high here, that's a 57% bounce off of the low. That is wild. Only in crypto do you see these crazy swings happen. And like I said, crypto is not for the faint of heart, right? Like not a lot of people can stomach that big of a pullback. And I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little bit rattled, but it just comes with being a seasoned vet, right? Once you've seen this enough, and now look at this week. We got CryptoZar, David Sachs coming out with a big plan tomorrow. We have, like you say, the creation of a sovereign wealth fund. Like there's going to be, and then the tariff threat. There was. Let me just bring up the Power Group private community here. Shout out to Jeremy who signed it. Yeah, Trump agrees to pause tariff on Mexico and import taxes still in place for Canada and China. And then there was news that China is working on an agreement. So, if you recall, back when Trump was president in 2016 to 2020, every second word coming out of this dude's mouth was China trade war, right? So, and tariffs and the trade war with them. So this is just a way that he uses it to manipulate to get what he wants, right? And usually it doesn't really amount to a whole lot, but yeah, there was some other. I saw some posts on X saying serious rumors circulating that Canada is considering becoming a 51st state to avoid a trade war. So I don't think that's going to happen, but imagine if it did. Does it make you wonder that the sovereign EO might include crypto? Yeah, I think it more than likely would. I did actually buy Filecoin. No point buying more XRP. I bought at 30 cents. Can't bring myself to buy XRP above $1. Yeah, same here, Sensei. Like, what's the point, right? Like I said, unless you won the lottery and you got like $1 million and you're going to put in like a couple $100,000, and XRP goes from like $3 to $10, and you turn a couple $100,000 into another couple $100,000. But if I'm gonna go on here and buy, even if I buy $5,000 or $10,000 worth of XRP, like why would I why would I want to do that when my average is 42 cents, right? So I'm in the same boat. I'd much rather buy a name like Filecoin or HBAR, these other bags that like XRP is over 80% of my crypto portfolio. So I'd much rather, like accumulate like an HBAR where, I was content with my HBAR bags, but I definitely wanted to add a little bit more, and I took advantage of this dip, and it pulled back over 55%. So I was able to, but I mean, look at the low there from 4 cents that we were just at to this low. We're still up 322%, right? So it's all relative, and when in doubt, zoom out, and you would see that, there's no major red flags here whatsoever. But yeah, congratulations on the Filecoin purchase. Hey, Sensei, absolutely. Thanks for joining. Glad to have you in. Jam in the house, late here. I bought the dip on XLM yesterday. Yeah, how low did that one get? We hit, 26 cents. Wow. But I mean, back in August, we hit a low of 7 cents. So even if you look at 7 cents to this low, that's still 243% higher, right? So again, nobody wanted to buy it when it was down around 10 cents, but it dips to 26 cents and everybody loses their mind. It's kind of silly, really, when you think about it, right? But again, it just comes with experience. What is this XAI 421K I keep hearing about? I would say that sounds like a scam. Sensei, probably a scam, Jock. Yeah, exactly. Incredible price action today. Oh, it's nuts. Thanks, you bet. No problem. Def a scam. All OG bags are packed a while ago. Nice, Phoenix. Phoenix Moth. I thought it was going to say Phoenix XRP or something like that at first glance, but yeah, we're seeing a huge recovery here. Bitcoin back over 100K, and someone said to me yesterday, like, the bull market's over, and you have to remember that bull markets don't end in fear; they end in euphoria, right? So as of right now, this is what happens. You see a huge crash, right? Everybody lose their ever-loving mind, and then the fact that you see a V-shaped recovery that quickly, and all of these things launch like a crypto, like, what are the odds, right? This massive market crash, and then one day later, we get news that we're going to see crypto czar David Sachs holding a leadership plan to discuss crypto and the U.S. digital asset strategy, right? So there could be a massive amount of updates that come out of this, and like I said, if we get CME Group launching XRP and Sol futures on February 10th, a week from today, what's the precursor to a spot ETF? Usually futures. So realistically, any week now after the 10th, we could see an XRP ETF approved. And once it does, that's going to ignite the engines like you wouldn't believe. So what else can we see on XRP here at the moment? Yeah, that's wild. We still haven't seen the EMAs cross bearish here on the daily time frame, but it hasn't crossed bearish since October of 2024. So we avoided it here. Let's see if we can avoid it again. But look at that massive lower wick, right? Like, insane. Yeah, 57% off of the lows. We're back above the 10-week moving average. We avoided a MACD bear cross here on the weekly, so like to see that. And XRP here, yeah, weekly moving averages, bull cross on the 50 and the 200 and the 100 and the 200 simultaneously. We did dip to the 100-day moving average there, sub $2. And again, quickly bought back up, and now we're back above the 50-day moving average. So now we're back above all of our daily moving averages, our 10-week moving average, all of our weekly moving averages. So like I said, no major red flags whatsoever. One thing I want to bring up too is XLM. See if we have, yeah, we're seeing the 50 and the 200 weekly moving average bull cross now. So this is looking good. Same thing with HBAR, where any week now we could see those cross bullish. And once they do, that will be our major clue that full-blown alt season is more than likely going to be here. But yeah, if you would have told a lot of people yesterday when we just hit 177 that we would be at 278 in just under a day, I bet you a lot of people would have thought you were crazy. But this is what happens in a bull market, right? You can pull back 50, sometimes even 60%, right? We have that in the history, right? We have examples where we pulled back 68% and then still saw another 2,500% of upside after that. So hopefully, people were able to to not get shaken out and realize that, this will happen again. If we take a look here on the monthly time frame. So I've been saying, kind of tracking these blue bars here, which is the fractals from the Bitcoin all-time price history. You can see the boom and bust cycles overlaid with the price history of XRP are very similar. But like I said, I'm just thinking that the timeline is more than likely going to get pushed back to April, I think, for the blow off top, because if Paul Atkins isn't set to be the new SEC chair until April, I think that's the earliest that he could get put in office. So if it's April at the earliest, we're probably not going to see a resolution in the Ripple case until then. A lot of experts are predicting that there just wouldn't be any case resolution under Mark Ueda, under an interim chair. Like you'd have to get a new chair to come in. Generally, these types of high-profile cases are resolved by the chairman, the permanent chairman, not an interim one. So that's pushing back my timelines a little bit, I think, into April potentially, where we could see the blow off top come for XRP. And then just like the boom and bust cycles for Bitcoin, it's saying we could pull back about 80%, right? So there will come a time where we pull back a lot more than 50%, but it's probably going to be after prices are much, much higher, likely somewhere around that. Like I said, I think $14 to $16 is very doable this cycle for XRP. I just got into crypto in August, so kind of missed the XRP train, but now have some. I see I can jump in on SHIB and Pepe. Thoughts? Yeah, I personally don't like meme coins. I don't play with them at all. So I would just exercise the utmost caution on that one. I mean, you have to remember too, right? Like meme coins were a big thing in 2021. Like Dogecoin, right? Elon Musk went on Saturday Night Live pumping Doge. So, I kind of think everybody thinks that meme coins are going to be, that next wave again. And generally, once things become popular, that's when the opportunity is gone, right? So I would focus more on the utility tokens, like tokens and coins that actually do things. Imagine that. Focusing on the projects that actually have real world utility and solve problems. So yeah, just be very careful. Like if you're gonna buy a Pepe or a SHIB, you have to remember too, like they're way higher than they were when they began. It's like buying Trump coin at $60. Like when Trump coin was at $60, there'd been millionaires made overnight, right? So if people were made millionaires in like a week or overnight, you're basically buying so that they can cash out, become millionaires, and then you're probably going to get rug pulled, right? So you have to be very cautious with that. Unless you're getting in at the beginning with these meme coins, it's very, 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 very risky. So I can't say enough. Just be very careful. Can you please cover the tariff effect on property price as well? Good question. I don't think it would really affect property. Like usually it gets absorbed by the exporter, but like it's on goods, right? So I don't think it would really affect. Like you mean real estate? I don't think it would really affect real estate. And like a lot of these tariffs, right? It ends up getting absorbed by the end consumer, right? It's usually the end consumer that ends up paying because the businesses will just jack up the prices to account for any losses or any lost profit, right? And then that just gets passed on to the consumer. So I'm already seeing like things on X and social media here in Canada of like stores and stuff like that removing all. Like there was a liquor store picture. One liquor store owner went and removed all American liquor from the shelves and put a sign that said "Buy local, buy Canadian made." So it's going to be an interesting time. Is it a good time to buy Tilray at $1? Well, obviously can't give you financial advice, but yeah, I bought it the other day just above $1. But yeah, we did have a bear flag target on Tilray on the daily time frame of 97 cents, I think it was. Yeah, here we go. So we had the high, low, lower high, and lower low. So you just take your measured move there from the high to the low, move it out to your 0.382 fib, and it was saying, yeah, 98 cents was the target, and we just hit 97 cents. And then if you zoom out a little bit here, you can see we have a descending triangle as well. And that would be this target. Let me change it to the red so it's a little bit more distinguishable. So yeah, the descending triangle target's about 87 cents. So about another 9 to 10% of downside potentially here. And I have to remember it's under $1, so you're going to get that reverse split FUD, bankruptcy FUD. Tilray's not going anywhere. I'm going to be definitely buying more, but I want to wait for my crypto profits. I want to wait until I sell my crypto and take out profits there, and then I'm going to be rotating it more into beating down MJ. Even if I sell my crypto profits and if it's in a couple months and then Tilray's at $1.50, who cares, right? It's still going to be extremely low versus just like, holding it in XRP at $14. I'd rather take my profits at $14. If XRP drops to $4 or $3 after that, then I'd much rather buy like a name like Tilray that's down 99%, even still at $1.50, right? So I'll be looking to, Tilray. I think it's a good buy here, but again, not telling you to buy, sell, or hold. This is for entertainment purposes only, not financial advice. What do you think about all the other altcoins? Filecoin, Gala, Sand, Dot, etc. They're all still down 80%. Are they coming back this, or are they coins of last cycle? Yeah, that's a good point, Sensei. Gala, Sand, Dot. I don't own any of those. I mean, I just don't think we're in full blown alt season yet, so we just don't really know until full blown alt season happens. I think it's going to be very much like throwing a dart. You know what I mean? Like just pick one and you win. Essentially, like unless it's like Casper token, I wouldn't be touching that with a 10-foot pole. When Casper Labs is ditching their own token, not a good look. Yeah, like I bought this thing for just a quick swing down whenever it was down at like under a penny, and then it skyrocketed all the way up to almost 3 pennies. So there was some opportunity there, but this one I'd be very sketchy holding that one. But like a Filecoin, I think the use case is there, right? It's got bad tokenomics, a lot of adding a lot of supply, and just not great tokenomics. So I do think that even Brad Garlinghouse has said he voiced support for Filecoin. He thinks that it's solving a great problem and has a lot of real world use case. So decentralized file storage, I don't think there's going to be a time where we're not going to need that going into the future. So if you haven't looked into this project, I think the use case is there, and a lot of upside. But yeah, like this is a name where if you get it under $3 and all time high was $237, put a couple $1,000 into this thing. The most you can lose is $1,000, and if you put $1,000 in at $2 or $3 and it goes to all time highs again, that's $82,000 for every $1,000 invested. So I'll take that risk versus reward any day. And like I said, the project itself, I think merits an investment. Just having that diversification as well. But yeah, I think it remains to be seen until we see full blown alt season. And if we take a look at Filecoin here on the weekly time frame, it's nowhere near seeing any bull crosses on the weekly. So below all of its weekly moving averages. I think it's just that it has bad tokenomics. But yeah, Gala, I think a lot of those just overhyped. But yeah, we'll see what happens here once we hit full blown alt season. Like a lot of those names, right? They could be life changing if we hit full blown alt season and a 2017 alt season repeats. And we don't even need to go to all time highs on Filecoin. Even if we go back to like $10, $20, it's going to be life changing for sure. Gotcha. Thank you. Can't believe I was asleep during Trump coin. Smash the like, family. I appreciate it. We got VIP member in the house. We got Sensei as a VIP. We got Humberto, who's also a VIP. Shout out to the VIP members. Hello, could we see a $10 XRP by April? I do subscribe to that idea very much so, yes. I do think that XRP should see some escape velocity. We got our monthly consolidation, so that just means that we lost the low of the previous monthly candle. That was the first time since October. From September to October, we saw a brief higher low there, and then obviously that blast off rocket ship moonshot. But yeah, we just had monthly consolidation, and actually we just back tested the weekly EMA 26, which is the first time since we broke out here from way down at 40 cents, below 50 cents. So as of right now, we lost the weekly uptrend, but we're recovering here. So if you ignore that lower wick, you could say that we're still in a weekly uptrend, and that was just a massive bear trap. I think that's the most likely. I think that makes the most sense. And then if you zoom out to the weekly here as well, We had that pennant and weekly bull flag. Technically, we did negate the bull flag. I mean, we confirmed it, and then we saw that flush. So again, I'm not too concerned based on how quickly that dip was bought up. But yeah, the weekly bull flag was a target of 1171. And again, if we look at the boom and bust cycles for Bitcoin, it's very reminiscent, right? You can see that these boom and bust cycles are very, very similar. And if we use the Bitcoin's fractal here, it says around 16 bucks by March, April. And if we use our fib extension levels from the high of the last all-time high to the bear market bottom, the 4.618 is around $14. 3.618 is at $11. So again, if we just bring up like a Bitcoin chart and go from that same time period, from the high of the bull market in 2017 to the low of the bear market in 2019, the 4.618 was at 75,000, and it's actually exceeded that by quite a large margin. So if XRP were to do something similar, that would put us around a $20 XRP. And I think a $20 XRP would be around a market cap of around $1 trillion on XRP. We just bring up, what's the market cap of XRP at the moment? Like 130, 154. Yeah. So yeah, around $1 trillion would be around 20 bucks. Yeah, I do think that, and then look at this too. Look, the first time Bitcoin had a monthly EMA 12 and 26 bear cross from the low of that dump to the high of the next move, it was about 13,000% of upside. So let's look at XRP, the first ever monthly EMA 12 and 26 bear cross. So from the low, about a 13,000% move would put us at 14 bucks. So there's a lot of confluence saying $14 is very doable this cycle for XRP, in my opinion. And you can even take this pennant here and then go to the breakout. That's saying about $7. Yeah, I'd be shocked if XRP didn't hit $8 to $12 this cycle, like on a low end. I think the most likely scenario is probably $14 to $16, and then on the high end, maybe 17 to 25 bucks. But I can't see it going much higher than that this cycle. But hopefully that helps. Also, make sure to check out tangem.com. If you haven't done that, you can do so by using code POW. You'll get 10% off. I think there's been like 36 people who have used my link, so I love to see that people are taking their security seriously. And it's very cheap, easy to use, super safe and secure. Not your keys, not your crypto. So by having this, you control the private keys, you control the crypto. And it protects yourself in case. There was a lot of people saying as well that Uphold was unusable, and you just couldn't do anything. So whenever you have these big market crashes, everybody's rushing to the exchanges to go and buy more or potentially panic sell, right? So if you're going on these exchanges, you don't want to wait until the heat of the moment. You want to set like a buy limit order, a limit buy order. You want to set limit sell orders. You want to make sure that you're doing, and then not having all your crypto on one exchange, right? Having it across multiple exchanges. Only having crypto on the exchange that you're planning to sell. If you have a long-term bag, check out tangem.com. Use code POW, helps support the channel, and you'll get 10% off. I have 2 of them. I have the 3-card set and the ring set, and I absolutely love the ring. It's amazing. Sensei Crypto, a member for 1 month. Become a VIP member, loads of perks and benefits. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Yeah, you're a VIP member for 1 month now, so I appreciate the support. Mr. Mankey, another VIP, joins in. It's awful out there. It's going to get better for MJ. I really hope Tilray don't go through a split. Yeah, it's possible. Not gonna say it's not. Very possible, Mr. Mankey, but I'm unwavered. I'm not worried. I don't think there's going to be any issue with Tilray. They actually put out a statement about how tariffs are just not affected. They're not really affected by it at all. We were talking about that in the Power Group private community yesterday, and I think it was Andy in the Power Group private community. He's like, Tilray might get affected by their exports to Canada, and I was like, no, I really don't think there's that many. The only thing I can think of is a couple of beer brands like Shock Top and Alpine, and everything else is made in the U.S. So, and then they actually released a statement on their Twitter account, basically saying the exact same thing, how they're not really affected by it at all. Thank you for the information. You bet. All right, going in it there. Thanks, everybody. Like I said, it was a bit of a last-minute live stream, so I wanted to come on, check in with everybody. Glad to hear everybody's doing okay. Didn't see one single person say that they got shaken out, so love to see that. Just goes to show you that that putting in the work and being educated and not following the herd and making emotional decisions on the fly pays off, right? So thanks again for joining us in the Pursuit of Wealth, everybody. It's Rod with Power Group, and we'll catch you on the next one.